Hey all, welcome to Sharetreck. This is Raj here. Well, you must be wondering why this additional video. The truth is that the news is very good after a long time, and also that I'm enjoying making videos a little too much. Maybe time for a live stream soon. Well, some of the topics I want to touch upon today is the cooler inflation data, and the other one is the fusion experiment that produced more energy than it was required to get it started in the first place. Basically, some are calling it a star in a box. The promise of emission-free, boundless energy that uses hydrogen atoms that can be harnessed from the ocean. That's a very tantalizing prospect for a cleaner and a better environment. And I do have a few other things to share with you as we head towards the end of the year. I want to share my high-level plans for the channel and get your feedback as well. Your feedback will help me firm up the strategy for the channel in 2023. And don't forget that we are also going to come to the tax year. As far as I'm concerned, as a Canadian, my year end is at December, so I'll have to start working on my taxes as well. So I need to streamline the strategy for 2023 so that we can have the same cadence that we have right now with video releases. At the same time, I want everyone to be happy in the channel. I want all the people who are looking for genomics content to get sufficient genomics investment content. And I also want to have all those people who are looking at disease verticals to have sufficient content so that they are also happy. And we had to come to a happy medium on that. And that's the reason why I'm having this discussion with you at this point of time. That said, let's get started. Well, friends, first things first. The latest consumer price index is out and it shows that inflation has cooled considerably in November, and it's probably at its lowest in the last 12 months. We still have ways to go with overall inflation, but I think that this is sufficient to get the Feds to reduce the interest rate hikes as well as the number of hikes that they may have had in mind. In other words, I'm looking at a dovish Fed. And the Feds will telegraph their intent soon with their statements, followed by Jerome Powell speaking to the press as he always does. And honestly, before the CPI release, my thoughts were that whatever the CPI says, the market could interpret it negatively. For instance, if CPI fell, the market would drop because of fear of recession. If the inflation stayed the same or increased, the market would fear interest rate hikes and fall. I think we will get a clear picture only after the Fed communication. Till such time, there could be a range-bound consolidation because there are a few other factors at play. One is the supply chain, and also there is service inflation, which is going higher. We need the service inflation also to be under control. And for that to be under control, the labor market has got to cool down. And the Fed has to take a holistic approach. So let us wait for a few days to see where this goes. I'm hoping the interest rates start falling by April because I have to close on a new built investment condo in April. They were going to deliver it to me in January. Fortunately for me, they had some trade strikes and also they have pushed it to April, and I hope they push it further behind, maybe to December or September. But if it comes in April with the current interest rates, I will go for a 1-year variable rate in April with the hopes that rates will go down further. And at the end of 1 year, I could shop around for a better mortgage. Please let me know what you guys think, especially those of you who are into real estate investment as one of your portfolio items. And of course, while you're doing that, please remember I'm in Toronto and our housing market is unique in my humble opinion. That said, next to the other good news, the fusion experiment in US has increased my hopes that we'll be able to reduce the dependence on fossil fuels and save the planet from the brink of a disaster. We need the science to transform into scalable technology so that we have the fusion power plants. They call it a star in a box, and the energy multiplication is achieved by pointing multiple lasers on a single atom of hydrogen. This results in generating 20% more energy than was required to start the fusion. This is how I understand what I have read so far in the news. And we have plenty of ocean water to extract hydrogen to fuel these fusion plants. Imagine a scalable fusion technology where car engines, emergency power generators, etc. can be using this kind of a technology. Totally clean energy and the geopolitical push and pull we see with oil prices will be a thing of the past. In fact, we would possibly see a situation where the oil prices will be so dirt cheap that it will compete with cheap fusion energy prices, and that would be a matter of concern. However, let us look at the progress that have been made so far, and if the authorities manage to handle this progress carefully and do it in an equitable manner, the hurdles which are going to be similar to what we have for the non-proliferation regime that we have for nuclear fusion will have to be put in place. The technology will be guarded, but it's only a matter of time before others come up with their own fusion engines. In all of human history, scientists have made or seeded technology with good intent, be it internet, cell phones, software, or nuclear fusion. However, there will always be a small fraction of the population that will misuse it in an antisocial way. We still have to improve the governance and laws to handle these. Right now, many power plants and oil facilities have malware sitting dormant, waiting to be activated to cause maximum chaos for the ordinary citizens. Good quality education should help improve the quality of citizens. Now more than ever, the world needs to work in tandem to save the environment. We have only one planet, and the space is hostile to human life. We got to do our very best to save the planet. Now, that said, next I want to turn my attention to the future of this channel. I'm so grateful that within 12 months we crossed the 1,000 subscriber mark. Most channels on an average take around 2 years to reach this landmark. So I'm really thankful to our community here who have helped us achieve this unique distinction. Also, along the way, the channel has followed subscribers and programming has changed. We started as a FANG stock and technical analysis channel and quickly pivoted to CRISPR niche as subscribers encouraged me for more CRISPR content. We then had videos focused on CRISPR stocks and did pre-market videos with technical analysis. This soon fell by the wayside as subscribers preferred more focused videos on individual companies, their pipelines, news and its impact on companies' share price. As we started analyzing pipelines, we discovered unlisted companies working on genomic therapies to cure diseases that were already in our pipeline and some that weren't. We started covering them as they would eventually become public and compete with our watch list. This led to videos on American Gene Technology, Excision, the Tel Aviv Institute. This is where the focus on disease verticals became very strong due to heavy subscriber demand. With that in context, here is what I'm planning, and I want your feedback. I am thinking that we can stop doing technical analysis for now, but we can have live stream once in a while where we could do technical analysis on demand for specific stock. It will be a community interaction event as you could chat among yourself while I respond to your questions live and maybe do technical analysis on the fly on the stocks that you want me to do. So think about that and comment below saying if you would like this to happen, and if so, would you prefer it on weekends? Should it be in the evenings? Just give some idea of when it is convenient for you. Then these live events could happen either in the weekends or late evenings or on weekdays. I'm flexible. So please let me know what works for you. If you think that I have to put a poll for this, please let me know. I'll put a poll because in the past I have put some polls, but the entire community is not looking at it. I don't want each and every one to vote. But if we are a 1,000-strong subscriber community, just 27 votes does not make the cut. I want at least 300 or 400 people to vote on a poll. So let me know and I'll put up a poll there and announce it. I'm thinking that every week I would have at least 1 or 2 videos on genomic companies in our watch list, maybe more if there is news or event that needs to be covered. These could be like a FDA hold placed on one of the companies or FDA approval or entering into clinical trial or getting a IND submission approved. So those kind of events would also be triggering additional videos in the week for any of these companies. Every week I would have 3 to 4 videos on disease verticals where some disease fundamentals will be covered and the companies listed, unlisted or academic would be covered in terms of their progress of their therapies of the said disease. Disease verticals include diabetes, heart disease, which is consisting of cholesterol-related or lipoprotein-related heart disease or genetic heart diseases. And then we are also covering HIV, which has had a very, very big demand, sickle cell disease, TDT, that is transfusion-dependent thalassemia and thalassemia, as well as ALS. ALS is another area where I want to focus. I have not yet made any videos on ALS, but it's going to come through shortly. I've already made a couple of videos on diabetes. I made more than a dozen videos on HIV, which has become a separate playlist I have made some videos on sickle cell disease while covering genomics. I've done the same for TDT. AL is something that I have not yet covered. For heart disease, I have done videos on cholesterol. I have done videos on lipoproteins and various therapies that are happening with base editing. So that area is also covered. I'm finding that the interest in the HIV therapy section is growing rapidly, and will potentially have to make a decision to spin it off into a separate channel so that our focus in this channel remains more or less on genomics, while the other channel can focus extensively on HIV related content. These are the broad strokes of what I am thinking. Please let me have your feedback in the comment below. I will read all your comments and will explain my decision once I finalize the strategy for 2023. And then we'll proceed further ahead. Thanks to all the subscribers. We have a wonderful community here, and I'm forever grateful for your support to this channel. Making content here is a significant part of my daily routine, and I enjoyed it. And as a part of my retired life, this gives me a lot of purpose in my life to do stuff which is of value to many people. So thanks for that. That's all for now. Have a great day, and please do not forget to leave me your comments in the feedback below. Bye for now. Take care. See you later.